All right, Snap, for people that haven't seen it, is really the core game rules around Snap are super straightforward. There's 3 locations that flip up in the center of your screen. They have different effects each game. They're chosen from a pool of about 60 of them, and they flip up on turns 1, 2, 3. So Murder World, for example, I don't want to play into on the first 3 turns, because on turn 3 it destroys everything played there. Your cards have a mana cost top left and a power they add to their given location top right. And the goal is to have the most power at 2 of the 3 locations after 6 turns of play. Most games of Snap are 6 turns, with the asterisk that there is a location called Limbo that adds a 7th turn to the game. And Magik's a very powerful card that turns a location into Limbo. This deck that we're playing is built around this card called Mr. Negative. He swaps the power and cost of all remaining cards in your deck. So he turns these low power cards that I have into free high power payoffs, which is fun. I've not drawn any of my cheaper cards to start here, though, so you don't got a lot going on in the first few turns. Super Flow Me. That's so good. One of the things I absolutely love about Marvel Snap is the snapping mechanic. So the number here, this 1, is effectively how many ladder points this match is worth to the person who wins it, how many the loser loses. Because I've got an extra energy and get to play my key card, Mr. Negative, a turn sooner here, I think this puts me in a favorable spot to win this game. So I'm going to snap, they call it, to say, let's double the stakes of this match. And now my opponent's presented with the decision. They can either retreat and give up 1 ladder point, or they can stay in and be committed for at least 2. Over the course of the game, each person can snap 1 time, doubling up the ladder points players are playing for. Or it can doubling the amount of ladder points players are playing for, and on the last turn it naturally doubles. I shouldn't have played Mr. Negative into Superflow. I was talking and clicking at the same time. Obviously, I should have an extra resource here if I was smarter. I'm gonna go ahead and play Jubilee into the Tinkerer's Workshop for now. She, on reveal, plays the top card of our deck out into this location. So opponent's Omega Red here says, if you're ahead by 10 power at his location, you get +4 power in other spots. So even if I'm losing the Superflow ultimately, I probably want to play enough here to make sure I'm not down by 10. Invisible Woman Angela. Okay. Psylocke, not a super powerful hit, but she gives me an extra resource this turn. So I have a total of 6 resources here. I think I'm going to go ahead and Odin into the Tinkerer's Workshop since we hit that. He re-triggers on reveal abilities of cards at this location. So he'll give us an extra energy next turn, and he'll have Jubilee pull another card in here. Well, I guess I can make a command for Nexus events. They've scrapped the Nexus events and are going to be reassessing how they want. They're going to be reassessing how they want card acquisition to work in this game. Let me find the tweet. Oh, Artem Zola flipped Odin over here, which undid our Mr. Negative. But that's probably fine, right? I think we're still winning here. There's 1 card left in my deck. What is it? It's Nakia. Nakia's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and Lockjaw into Magik here in Murder World and see what they do here. So now, instead of the game ending this turn, there's a surprise extra turn. And for this surprise extra turn, I have all of these cards that have extra power now. So they have 28 total power here. I can play Iron Man here, and I can play Black Widow here, which will add 6, getting me to 18, and then it will double it to 36, meaning they'd have to play 4 cards to get Bishop ahead here. I think I'm staying. I think this is a pretty good shot for us here. So we're hoping to win.
I am Iron Man.
Oh, am I gonna lose a tiebreaker here, maybe? No, we're good, right? Because we're only at 34 here. G. Miller, thank you for the 53 months of support. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So we have the most power here and here, so we win, and our opponent snaps, so we get lots of cubes. Yeah, I don't think my opponent necessarily understood what they were doing there. I think I'm just about done whaling in this game at this point, chat, because I have an almost full collection. And I've got some credits to spare. I think these are about the last set we're buying here. Yeah, 1,300 gold left. Maybe it was a bot? No, I'm pretty sure that was a person. Yeah, Magik is the best card in Marvel Snap, and it's not particularly close. Getting to change the rules of engagement at the last possible second is super strong. Adeline here makes Nakia a good bit worse, because my cards that I give +2 to are going to get shuffled back in, but this is what it is. Oh my gosh, and now there's rocks in both of our decks, too? That's brutal. How many cards to full collection? I think 2 more? I'm missing Green Goblin and I think 1 other. Well, this is definitely a box. They didn't play the Widow's Bite into the Carnage Path. There's the monochromatic one too. Alright, I guess we'll Spider-Man into the cloning mats. Does Nakia make Mr. Negative worse here? It does technically, doesn't it? Now, a lot of the 1-drops are situationally better or worse in different spots. I think we're actually dead here, huh? Just like, have all rocks and no power to add.
Escaped.
They do a pretty good job of, like, balancing their cards so that, like, they're just better or worse in different edge cases. 19 cards I can upgrade at the moment. None of those are the versions I want. So it's asking how many cards are we missing. You can click recent. You can check unowned, and then you can sort this in the reverse order. Dr. Doom. I'm missing Dr. Doom and Green Goblin are the last 2 cards. Thanos and Galactus are not collectible yet, and then these ones that are just silhouette are cards that are not in the game yet. Although we can tell from this one, that's what they are. This is Daredevil and She-Hulk and the Tribunal. Not sure on some of these other ones. We know at least a couple of them at a glance there. Hey, they really need to recenter this Spider-Woman avatar, huh? It's just like, and then hair. The Kia into Mr. Negative with Magik lined up in hand already. Hang on, snap. This game, beta invite only. Yes, unless you are capable of executing a simple Google search to learn how you can get into the beta through a side load. Okay, so we'll White Tiger into the Avengers compound. Which Pool 2 deck is best? There's a number of Pool 2 decks that I think are very reasonable. And if you check out my Snap Highlights YouTube channel, there are 2 different decks up there in my starter series, which are all Pool 1 and Pool 2 cards. I think they're likely to move into New York, huh? Just gonna go ahead and Magic Center and see what they do. They're a Spectrum deck. Weird. Okay, so there's 2 cards in my deck. They are Black Widow and Psylocke. So I'm only getting an extra 2 power out of Jubilee. That's probably fine, right? We'll drop this here, which cranks us up to 22. And then I guess they could make a big play middle. It's kind of scary. This is 8-10 over here, and then I could put 3 more into here. And then we're theoretically winning all 3 paths. I think I'm gonna spread this out and hedge my bets. So they have to have at least 7 here, and they have to have at least 6 here. All right, hoisted shit. All right, Limbo was bad for us that game. We were winning on 6, and we were not winning on 7 because of the what's it called setup. Yes, it definitely felt a little spooky, Martian. I'm inclined to agree with that. Marvel Snap is definitely a game where people that are choosing to ghost are getting a pretty huge advantage. So I think because I have Lockjaw into Jubilee here anyways, I'm just gonna Black Widow on 2. I don't really need to accelerate into 4 with her. All my cards cost 1 less. Well, now we get to have our cake and eat it too, huh? And to go Lockjaw into Psylocke, and then next turn we have 5 resources. Wait, Why didn't they Widow's Bite into Lockjaw? Friendo. Okay, that's a 0 mana. That's a 0 mana Psylocke. Maybe I should have played negative center so that way I could Arnim Zola him more efficiently. Oh, sweet. I have Jubilee and Iron Man now, so I'll go Iron Man here, Jubilee left, and we're in a pretty good spot.
Oh, snap.
That's true, actually. If Jubilee pulls Magik here, it gives them another turn to play and we can't, and we're a coin flip to do that. Maybe Magic's not good in this deck? We'll see what they do. You're right, though. We're a coin flip to add a 7th turn here. What's our other non-Magic card? Odin?
I am Iron Man.
Watch them play Magic here. Okay. That's not enough, right? So they actually would have won if they would have left Nightcrawler here. Close game. This deck has a lot of flipping cards out at random between Lockjaw and Jubilee. Which Magic's definitely really good when you can control when she's doing her thing, but if we can't control it, she might not be good here. All right, we have Mr. Negative on 4, but we don't currently have any of our 2s or 3s, so nothing to do until then. Love me some Lockjaw. I mean, Professor X is also not good when you're flipping it on at random. I mean, it's basically never good, but it's also a card that's awkward when you're flipping it randomly. Right on time, Psylocke. Welcome to the party. Ooh, a piece of candy.
Oh, snap.
Just do this for now. Arts costing one more next turn's a little annoying. Oh, you know what we get to do? Spider-Man into Sinister London is pretty obnoxious. The shame things cost one more and I can't Widow's Bite fill this in. Hopefully Spider-Man goes right here. If Spider-Man goes right, we win the game.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Thanks, bud. So Spider-Man says they can't play into these locations this turn. Delicious. We have Psylocke into Mr. Negative. I basically always snap that on one. There's such a high probability to get there. Taskmaster Avatar is sweet. Alright, I guess we're playing into Kiln then. So, Lockjaw into the Mr. Negative space is a little bit loose because it could hit Odin, or we could hit, Arnim Zola. I think we just do this here. That's true. Zola doesn't lose us the game, but it's still just not great. Zola hitting Spider-Man here would be really funny. I'll also take some magic. Huh. I kind of want to do this here, right? Because if we hit magic, he, like, puts it into here, and then we can play into Kiln on the last turn as well. And if he hits Spider-Man, I guess that's still not good enough for us, huh? I kind of want to do this. Sure, let's try this. I don't know if this is good, but it's definitely fun. Whoa, it thinks White Tiger is still here when I click sometimes. That's funky. Okay, and now Black Widow gets lockjawed?
I am.
Sure.
I am Iron Man.
So I just passed now, right? They have to add 12 power here? So they probably can't. Because Mojo gets bigger if both players have 4 cards at this location. So I don't want to fill in a card, because if they fill in 2, they get +6. None of my cards add that much power. Where I look for things to do in card games? Well, I mean, at the core, looking for things that are like kind of different than Magic is the big thing I look for.
Victory.
Okay, they were just like assuming we were gonna play there, so they like tied both locations. That's funny. And then we were winning Murray. Deal. I've got 2 left, but I'm done whaling for things at this point, Kraken. I've got like 5,000 credits stored. We'll probably hit them eventually. We're done putting dollars in until they add new cards to the game. So we'll buy the season pass. Green Goblin is one I would like. Dr. Doom, I'm not super worried about. He's just like another bomb. Yeah, I didn't spend a bunch of money on the Nexus events. I got Jane and then I was done. Would love to draw one of our other 2s or 3s next turn. The Kia is lovely. Honestly, maybe I'm supposed to Nakia into Murder World here. Just clean out her spot on the board. Could be a reality. Yeah, I think I was supposed to actually Nakia mid. So Bifrost is about to move a bunch of stuff. Yes, they are definitely playing a Destroyer deck. So I need to decide, am I going to try and win Murder World or the Bifrost? Probably Murder World. Do you believe in magic? And it turns 7. Do 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 do. Alright, so we're dead? Are we dead? If I Iron Man here, this gives me 22. And they're gonna have Destroyer, who's 17, plus this is... Okay, yeah, so we're good? I think we're good.
I am Iron Man.
They're at 21 by my math. I should have snapped them back. I should have snapped them back.
Victory.
When we counted and realized we were deterministic over this. I'm not convinced the Destroyer deck's actually good. I've tried a few different variations of it. It just consistently feels less powerful than the other options. Yeah, I take a deck submission for Delver Seth. Yes, the destroyer deck is it's always very obvious. It's definitely true. Alright, no early plays here. This deck's definitely got some junk in the trunk, chat. A lot of expensive top end. Gonna bounce out. Our hand is weak and these locations are bad for us.
Escaped.
You start doing snap deck submissions? Yeah, actually. I gotta decide what I want to price them at. I want to do them cheaper than Magic the Gathering decks. But I also don't think I want to do all snap submissions. Yes, I think Deathwave is more powerful than the Destroyer deck. I agree with that assessment. This is lovely. That's actually kind of annoying. Because our deck's very good at wanting to use up all of its board space, and Savage Lands gums us up quite a bit. You should price snap deck submissions cheaply, but pull randomly to determine if they actually get a submission or just boosters. I'm gonna Nakia mid and just punt this location. Well, Mr. Negative next turn and then play for the other two. They didn't hit the best card in our hand yet. I thought that was illegal. Spider-Man, aim. I guess I can lockjaw into Spider-Man over here, huh? And give us a good feel for what's going on. Man, this is super punishing for them because they just went all in on the sewer system. So now I only have to try and win, right? This is sick. Yeah, we 10 out of 10 got him.
Spider-Man here.
All right, we have an extra mana this turn now too. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, chat. I actually don't want a White Tiger because I could White Tiger into Magik here. So we'll just play Iron Man and then we win the game because Iron Man wins this deterministically. And then they can't play into the Monster Metropolis because of the webbing here from last turn. Sick. Spider-Man's great. Is this game grindy or can you get good cards early? Yeah, so the card acquisition in this game's actually structured in a reasonable way at the beginning where they front load a bunch of specific cards for all of the players you can build a few different reasonable deck from. So you'll hear me talk about pools 1, 2, and 3, and those are the groups of cards that you get cards from as you grow up your collection track level experience. On my Snap dedicated YouTube channel, there is a starter series playlist that currently has 2 different decks in it. I'm gonna add 1 or 2 more there. I think there's probably 3 or 4 different reasonable decks in the first couple of pools. And those are all decks that you can build completely free to play in like your first 2 weeks of playing. And obviously if you spend some dollary dues, you get them even faster than 2 weeks, but the free to play to build things in the starter series is about 2 weeks. Give or take.
Opponent snapped.
Our opponent snapped on 1. How good is our hand? I think it's fine. I think our hand's good enough to stand for an extra cube. Did the bot just snap us on 1? So the controversial monetization is the Nexus events that my title refers to being scrapped. So they have not announced what they plan to replace Nexus events with, but they said they're going to rethink card acquisition, which, as someone who has a lot of experience in the mobile games industry, I was actually really pleasantly surprised by that. I was definitely expecting them to simply make the price slightly cheaper and ship the Nexus events as is. And the fact that they're like actually acknowledging, hey, the system is crap and people really are upset with it is hopefully a good thing. The core gameplay in Marvel Snap is some of the best core gameplay of any card game I've touched that's come out in recent years. It's really fast and punchy in a way that's fantastic, and it's really easy to pick up, which is great. All right, so because they're a bot, I think I'm just gonna Magic this turn, and then next turn we can Lockjaw plus Jubilee. Maybe I'm supposed to Magic right, actually. Let's do this, then we'll Lockjaw Jubilee into the Dark Dimension on the last turn. Although, I guess there's technically an Arnim Zola in my deck here still. So do I wanna leave space here to flip something over in case we flip into Zola? That might be the case. It really does, Seth. It really does. Can't play all of these. That's a little sad. Yes, we just do this. Because if we hit Zola, we'll have 6 power here. Although I guess if they're beating 6 power here, that would be bad for us. Oh, the Tiger hitting here is great for us. Okay, so we're good to go. So, do you have content on the YouTube channel that specifically talks about decks to build as you unlock Pool 3 cards? So, Pool 3 is not like Pools 1 and Pool 2. Pool 3 is the everything else pool, and everybody gets cards in drastically different orders in Pool 3. So, what I do for the deck techs on my channel, if you haven't watched them, I'd encourage you to go check them out, is during the deck tech, I always highlight what I call key cards for any given deck list, and those are like the cards that are irreplaceable that you need to have to play that deck, in my opinion. That the deck is markedly worse and not powerful enough if you don't have them. So that I think is about the best way to approach that type of thing. So like when you're looking at it, when you're looking at my deck text, you're wondering, hey, can we replace cards in this deck with other better things that it still be reasonable? So long as you're not replacing the cards that I mark as key cards, I think that's fine in most cases. And I play Mr. Negative without Mr. Negative. You cannot. Negative, you cannot. Need boosties, chat. I've got all these credits and no boosters. I think I'm actually playing Black Widow and Nakia like into Murder World just to like not have them take up space on my board. Sokovia does not believe in magic, chat. It's big sad. It's Morbin time when they hit Sokovia. That's a good beat. Solid beat by Dr. Dre. Well, hung here after Murder World. I think we go ahead and play the 6 power Mr. Negative into the Baxter building here. It's a shame that we drew Arnim Zola this turn, because getting his power flipped is very, very good. But was their hand just empty? Yeah, they're actually just full empty-handed. And we drew Odin here. Gross. Iron Man, please. Oh, sword dead, right? Can you play with friends in this game? Not yet.
Escaped.
It's on their feature list for a full release. Is there a way to see which cards are left in your deck? Not in client. That would be nice if they would add that at some point. The welcome edition. I just look at my deck list that I have up here on my overlay and then math it out real quick.
Animated.
Hellcow is required in a lot of decks to play it? I don't think so. Hellcow makes him a bit stronger, but I think you could play like Lady Sif and other discard enablers in that slot a lot of the time and have it be close to okay. Alright, shit. We got a chest eat. Is it one of our 2 remaining cards is the question. Juggernaut boosters. Alright, Jugs. Time to level up, bud. Yeah, I think Lady Sif is a fine sub. So like, once I have all of the cards, do I just stop progressing my collection level until there's a reason to do so again? I feel like that's the play, right? I just like sit on 5. I progress it just enough to keep 5,000 credits, but probably sit on the maximum number of credits from free to play, right? You get variants, sure. Whoop-dee. Whoop-dee-doo.
Opponent snapped.
See, it's pretty good. We got Black Widow into the key into Mr. Negative. out our cheap cards here into Stark Towers. That way they get pumped on turn 5. Okay, so they are going hard into the center location, but they also played the Widow's Bite there, so like... Okay, this is interesting and close. Do I Spider-Man the Avengers compound to lock them out of a turn 5 play there? It means I can't Mr. Negative this turn, though. It's definitely the content play. I think I'm just supposed to Mr. Negative, chat.
Clear for takeoff.
Okay, they've committed Angela and Collector here, so Iron Man into there is going to be pretty good. And this is why you play Mr. Negative, chat. This is now a 0 mana, 5 power Iron Man, because we flipped it around. Why the deck's named after him. Okay. So we get some good boys in these other locations. It does mean Stark Tower could potentially be in play for my opponent, though. Because I won't be able to Iron Man into there now. Final turn. Do I think it is beneficial to me to have another turn happen here? I don't think so, right? I think this is, we just like Iron Man plus Spider-Man and call it a day. Because they need to like add power here, and then I'm winning here by a ton, and I'm winning here by a little bit. Oh, there's a lockjaw there. That's a good call. So we flip it. We're winning here by a lot. We're winning here by a little bit.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here. I am Iron Man.
They're going to power up their collector here. Oh, and this is just going to be a swarm, right? So we should hopefully be ahead here. So we're actually going to lose Stark Tower the way this plays out, but we're going to win left and right. Yeah, 'cause this is only going up to 14 here. Man, their collector got real big real quick there, huh?
Victory.
Let's shift gears here. Let's try a little bit of this. So no plays on one in this deck. We don't have any one drops. I'm just gonna retreat against a bot. I don't really feel like playing against them. I really hope we hit a full open beta soon, so that way we have fewer bots on the ladder. The games against bots tend to be just like pretty unsatisfying on average. I really wish there was an option to just like, at least for the beta, to just like not get a bot and just like sit in queue. Yeah, we're still in closed beta at that. Like you can't even go download this on the App Store without an invite or side loading. We have
What are the odds?
Domino here. Mysterio is a 5 power 2-drop that puts 2 0-power drops into play as well. It's kind of a distraction. We'll save him for curve filler later, I think. So they played 2 1s here. Or a 0 and a 1, technically.
Victory.
My opponent is like completing quests and getting boosters, or what's going on there? You think because they're redoing monetization, the open beta is gonna be a bit? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that's the case at all, CJ&J. They can make plenty of money off their base system. Like, they're not redoing all of the monetization. They're redoing one element that has to do with specifically card releases. Why do you have Mysterio in this deck if you can't buff his illusions? Let me answer your question with a question. Is 5 power above or below rate for the average 2-mana play in Marvel Snap?
Always lucky.
Well, normally I would save this to fill my curve out later, but with Adelan in play here, I think we just go ahead and drop it. Extra energy this turn. That's actually kind of exciting. It means that we'll have a chance to get to Thor's Hammer a little bit sooner. It's a shame Jane's gonna get shuffled away. I guess with Sanctatoria, we're a little bit crammed on space, so the Hammer's not even that great here. My real Mysterio's in the center, right? So let's Spider-Man here, and then we can Professor X here next turn. Okay, well, this locks us up though, right? Wait, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we played the real one center. The smoke tells you which ones are legions. Okay, good. So we're at -1 here. This puts us to 2 here. And then I guess I'm gonna go ahead and Shang-Chi, right? Because we have, they have priority. So if they play a big card here, theirs flips first, then Shang-Chi flips up and kills it. Professor X beating Magneto is big Vorthos energy. Good stuff.
Victory.
A big problem I see with content creation in Snap is that when I see a deck, I don't know when I will next be able to play it. So flip side of that coin, as someone who's experienced content creation in the way it cuts both ways, I think a big part of what actually made Runeterra content unsuccessful for a lot of people like myself, and what makes Magic content successful, is the fact that people often prefer to watch things they can't yet play with themselves. Because in Runeterra, you so trivially have all of the cards, most people are like, why would I watch a deck? I could just go play it myself, right? So like, there isn't any seeking out content to see potential decks that you could have down the line. So I don't necessarily know that the economy structure of this is necessarily bad in terms of making content. All right, so no play on 1. We get Domino on 2, and then we have our choice of 3 drops on 3.
Right on time.
Huh. So I can pull their Psylocke out of Nidavellir here over into the Shadowlands. Actually sounds pretty good. Well, turnabout's fair game, I suppose. Shang-Chi's is really good into Nidavellir here center. Maximus left, and perhaps look to set up Professor X there. Never mind. I think we just Shang-Chi left, right? Opponent snapped. And then we can, like... Yeah, I'm gonna Shang-Chi left and see what happens. And we'll decide if we want a Magic next turn or not. Alright, chat. They only have 5 power in the middle here, so I think I believe in Magic. I think I believe in Magic. You know who doesn't believe in Magic, chat? The Marvel Snap client. Definitely the most crashes with Magic turning things into limbo. I think the collection acquisition system definitely does their goal, which is get people to keep playing the game. It does a really good job of encouraging people to play the game. It makes you feel like you're actually gaining something meaningful as you play constantly. Okay, so they Doctor Doomed. Can we win through Doctor Doom here? I don't know that we can, right? And this is again just kind of the power of Magik. Now instead of losing the game, I get to just bail out, right? I guess I could like Mysterio here, and then we could Professor X here, but then we still just lose. We're only going up what, 5 power here, so that means we'd be at 17, so they need a 4 power thing to beat us. So I think we're just dead, unfortunately. But Magik here even still just saves us cubes, right? She lets us know that we're Torch, and I get out for 2 instead of 4.
Right
And
on
reveal
time.
effects don't happen here. Well, that's nice for Maximus. Poor drop. Can I get a Thor? Polaris.
Opponent snapped.
Get got. Shiggity Shrek, get wrecked. Oh snap. They thought whatever I was gonna play that turn couldn't possibly be larger than Arrow. Allow me to maximize. Yeah, run away. Get. Get. Nora's a bot, right? So I'm gonna skip it.
Escaped.
Yondu, Korg, or Iceman. I like Iceman followed by Korg. Iceman followed by Korg are my favorite disruptive one drops. Hood is here.
What are the odds?
Quinjet's pretty good with the hub. So they're probably a beast deck. And we currently have priority, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Killmonger and take this Quinjet off the table before they can bounce anything back here. Or probably a Beast Falcon deck, so cleaning these out sooner rather than later sounds good. Second card they've taken my deck. I guess Killmongering before Demon happens is maybe a little loose. Wasn't something I was thinking about.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Clear for takeoff.
Okay. It's a little less than ideal for us. I think I'm gonna gamble on them not going to New York. Take a trip here. I guess maybe I'm supposed to leave these center and then like Magneto, Mystique, and Devil Dino into New York on the last turn too could be a reasonable sequence.
I am Iron Man.
I'll stand for 2 more cubes. They play into the Avengers compound we got, but I think they're probably gonna play into the hub. They've like our copy of Jane Foster and maybe maybe a Mjolnir they drew out of our deck. Wow, they played into the Avengers compound. Okay. Was not expecting that. I definitely used my Killmonger in an ideal time this game. It was also a little awkward that I didn't have another cheap card to sequence at the end here. If we'd have had something else to play into the middle alongside Shang-Chi, we win this. We said too much clunk. So when I asked why we're not playing Dr. Ock in this deck list, 2 reasons. One, Dr. Octopus is not particularly good when you're playing Maximus because Maximus gives them extra resources and Doc Ock's trying to attack them on that same axis. And 2, this deck that I'm currently playing as constructed has a lot of other 5-drops in it. We're trying to go like Thor into Jane or Spider-Man into Professor X. So because we have these other 4 or 5 things going on, there's not really room to like play an individual card quality card like Dr. Octopus. And I don't know if this is better than the other variations of the Domino decks that I played, but it was something I wanted to try with Magik. Have I played Patriot since getting Mystique? I have not. I put it together, but I have not played it. One drops. Thor getting ice boxes. A little bit sad.
Always lucky.
Mysterio is notably not great into Atlantis. Domino over left for now. I don't really want to play Killmonger out early. Just gonna Mysterio to the right. Let's see if we can lock up the center here.
Spider-Man here.
The persons whose name is glowing in gold has cards flip first. So in this instance, it will be my opponent who flips first.
Opponent snapped.
It's snapped, huh? So I think they're gonna win left and right. I guess they don't know that I'm Professor Xing in the middle. So if I Magneto right, he probably has the highest power for 15. And then that puts me to a total of 20 on the right. And they're going down 3 from losing Angela. From losing the Monster Metropolis bonus on Angela. So that means they need to add at least 9 there. They do play 2 cards into the Angela path to get +2 there. That's close. It might be better to play Magneto left. I'm technically down 6 there, but then I'll be up 6. So it's like up 9 versus up 6, but they have Angela to double trigger here. I'm better off playing Magneto into here. It's close though. Rats are gonna lose the tiebreaker here. Worth noting, I would have lost this, though, had I played Magneto here, so we got more total power here. It just wasn't quite enough to beat the Ant-Man. The tiebreaker is whoever has the greatest total power in play. So because I'm only up 5 here, but they're up 20 here, they win. Yes, the illusion, the Mysterio extra cards are, textless, 0 power things that take up a space. So they get buffed by Patriot is actually one of the reasons why it can be played in that deck.
Right on time.
And play for Asgard here with Maximus and Thor on curve. Or not. Alright, so there is no Stark Tower. 5 cards in deck. We'll drop Thor in the middle, and then we have both Jane and Hammer as draws next turn that get us to that.
Mjolnir.
So we're 33% to draw one of those next turn. Jane, and with Ant-Man in the center and Xandar kind of threatening to get powered up here, we really, or Thor getting to power up in Xandar, we really don't need to play mid, I don't think. go Killmonger, Mysterio, Mjolnir. And then the extra Mysterio token here also gets a bonus from Xandar. So we're hopefully winning right with a total of 15. And then we should be winning center, and then we lose left.
Mjolnir, to me.
Hey, what's going on, Matt Maxon? Thank you for the 46 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. I don't think our deck is very good, chat. I think we're gonna scrap this one. At least the one card they put behind an Nexus event before getting rid of them is like resoundingly unplayable. Jane is so mediocre. What does the Wong combo deck look like, chat? There's obviously Mr. Wong. Oh, the Wong combo deck has a bug this patch? Alright. We'll wait for fixes on that one then. Speaking of Onslaught. This Patriot variation. So, Patriot is the build-around card in this deck. Your cards with no abilities have +2 power. So these squirrels here, things like Misty Knight, all get bigger and bigger and bigger. Mystique copies the ongoing effect of the last card that we played, so she'll get to copy Patriot's ability after the fact. She does not work the way I want her to work with Sinister London, I don't believe. Let's go ahead and play just her here. So we can Khazar into Sinister London this turn. And then Misty Knight into Murray Isle. Numbers go Bert. I guess I'd rather Iceman into here now. We can play her out next turn. I guess if I draw exactly Onslaught, I'd rather Misty Knight this turn. Iceman could be meaningfully disruptive, though. Yeah, Bifrost animation definitely needs updates. It's on the slower, clunkier side for sure. When does the season roll over, by the way, chat? Is that tonight here in a few hours, or is it tomorrow? Does anybody know offhand? Electra's the same size as Debris. Iceman's bigger. It's not for a week? It doesn't roll over until after the start of the month? I thought it was the first week. The season pass has 7 days left? Okay. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot longer than I was expecting. I thought they were monthly seasons.
Victory.
Hey, thanks, Trench. Oh, I guess I should technically Misty Knight in the middle. If, I'm worried about maybe losing my stuff to Hala. Ooh, getting to Debris into their Invisible Woman location is actually kind of fun. Because they count on her getting set up. Not my Khazar, not my Khazar. All right, we won the 50%er there. Play Khazar mid, I think, here. So they try and hide stuff with Invisible Woman because they don't want it to flip up until the very end. This works well with that. To fill one of their spots they'd normally be having to hide.
Wind, aid my
People saying we need to save this till 5 to get them. I think you're overthinking it. Like, simply taking away one of the 2 spots they get to play into is, like, really worthwhile and fine. Assuming they're the discard Hella deck. This series is fine. Oh, really? Are they punting the flooding? I guess they could play into the flooding from, They could play into the flooding from Hela, potentially. They discarded a Ghost Rider. That's kind of redundant with Hela. Okay, and then Patriot's a great last draw, right? It's gonna make, my Squirrels, my Misties, and my Rocks, and my Mysterial all bigger, so... We'll snap them. We're in a good spot. We're gonna gain 6... 10 power, 11 power on the rate. So we'll be 17. We're going to gain 2 in the middle, so we'll be 16 there. And then on the left, I guess we're a little low on the left overall. We only have 7 power here. Higher, further, faster, baby. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, Gambit hitting one of our things there seems like a net positive for sure. Big agree. Oh, I did open Hella too as one of the last cards I got. We can build the Invisible Woman Hella deck. The Nexus events were literally just loot boxes, Volpert. Or literally just loot boxes. All right, chat. We're gonna play a little bit of a gamble here. We're gonna Squirrel Girl into the Space Throne on 1. And then, oh, now we have Debris on 2. And now we will Debris right away to try and pick a rock into the Space Throne. Perfect. Gambit paid off. Oh, and now there's a miniaturized slab. Well, that's kind of funny. All right, are we just chilling for now? I think we might be chilling for now. Yeah, we'll play Khazar mid. I want to hold on to Patriot for now because we could have Mystique or Onslaught down the line. And Mystique rewards me for waiting on Patriot. We're also like, our cards in our deck are so cheap on average. Oh, that's the good stuff right there, chat. That's the good stuff right there. R and Jesus, take the wheel. All right, fine. Should we put them out of their misery, chat? We'll put them out of their misery. You can be done now. Put it. Oh no, chat! They killed all of our 1-drops. Oh no! Well, that's super rude.
Opponent snapped.
Okay, so this is 12 here, and this adds 6, right? So I can play this here, and then this adds 8. So 8, 9 here. We're winning mid, and then Mysterio lets us win left, right? Yeah, wow. So we actually just get to do, this, and the Mysterio double fills in here. So we hit the Ant-Man bonus, and then Onslaught doubles it. So we have 7, 13, 15 plus 2 on the Mysterio clone from this is 17, 18, 19. So we're gonna be 5, 16, 19 here. Yeah, outside of Magik, like, we're in a really good spot here, right? This was kind of a roller coaster of a game, yeah. The amount of emotion and swing Snap manages to pack into 5-minute games is really good. And the bigger swings that cards like Killmonger and like these locations generate definitely feel so much better in a game like this where, that are shorter than they do in much longer games for certain. Oh no, chat! I want to get off of the wild ride. Okay, okay, are we good? Are we good? No, wait, there's more? Oh, get fucked. Oh man, the hits kept coming. And they don't stop coming. Hey, what's going on, Hyde? Welcome to Hoaglandia's newest Shillionaire. What a fantastic game to pop that off for. Make sure we get the trickle-down economy in action, so our next Shillionaire now only needs to spend 999,919 points. Remember, you can submit a deck to be played via the deck submission form, and you can ping me on the subs Discord to get your roll there. That was a roller coaster top to bottom. Delightful. I hate how little they paid for their Shillionaire. These kids today, not knowing how good they got it. All right, let there be debris. I'm Kazaring mid, and then I gotta decide, do I want a Mysterio? Or do I want to Mystique the Kazar, or do I want to try and save her for something else? Oh. Well, now we save her, right? Oh, but Grand Central could mess us up. Maybe we do just do this. And then I'll Onslaught here next turn to double both of these is the line. Okay, so we're probably losing mid. But we should be in a decent spot to win left and right on the back of Onslaught. Okay, so now I think it's just gotta be that, right? And then we'll Squirrel Girl out. This is gonna be the easier location to win, I think, so I want to put the one that Patriot's gonna buff over here. So I need to win left and right here, basically. Because we're definitely torched mid. And they can't play into Grand Central, so they're gonna play into the sewer system, and they don't think they can beat whatever we have left. Good stuff. All right, chat, it's 4:30. It's been an extra long day for me. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it an afternoon. I appreciate everybody hanging out through the end. We're going to be doing some Marvel Snap every single afternoon this week for the last hour and a half, 2 hours of the stream here. If you're new to the channel and enjoy the vibes, be sure to check out my Snap dedicated YouTube channel. I do deck highlights as well as videos and other Marvel Snap news and updates there a few times per week. If you want to stay up to date on the game, that's a great place to get your information from. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Monday wherever you're at. Hopefully catch some of you around again tomorrow afternoon. Peace, folks.